Join me on this edition of Ask Life and Style. I am Uchichi Lemowa. In Nigeria, we have various kinds of food eaten by different ethnic groups in Nigeria. Nigerian foods are so varied from north to south and east to west. Today, we are going to be looking at 5 Nigerian delicacies made and eaten by different ethnic groups in Nigeria. Stay with me. I'll be right back in a minute. Believe me when I say this episode is so very tempting. What do you expect when you are talking about food, especially when you are hungry and your brain begins to play a trick on you, just like it is happening to me right now? But trust me, I know what to do at the end of this show. In the eastern part of Nigeria, there are various kinds of food. We have bitter leaf, we have okaza soup, and we have ofa, known as banga soup. But today we are going to look at the most prominent foods eaten by Igbos, and that is ora soup and abacha. Let's have a look. Oh my gosh, ora soup or ofe ora, as popularly called by Igbo people, is one of the most delicious and popular soup made and eaten by Igbo people. This soup is so delicious, and as an Igbo girl, I can sell my birthright for this recipe. On the other hand, abacha, which is also known as African salad, is a product of cassava and another meal most popular among Igbos in Nigeria. This recipe is highly nutritious and can be enjoyed by everyone. Now, if you don't know abacha, just check out this video. There are different kinds of food eaten by Hausa people, and they range from tuwo shinkafa, tuwo dawa, and so on. But we will be looking at miyan kuka and masa. Miyan kuka is one of the most popular and simplest northern soups. It is made with dried fish using kuka leaves, which are usually sun-dried and grind into powder and serves as a thickener. This soup reminds me of ogbono soup, but with a darker green color. Miyan kuka is another case of not judging a soup by its color. On the other hand, masa is a very popular snack in the north, commonly sold on the street side. Masa doesn't taste really sweet, but is considerably healthier. Thing about most traditional foods of the northern people is that they have very rich and unique taste and lots of unique spices like Thai and Indian food, and most contain cereal including rice, millet and corn as main ingredients, which are all healthy. There is this stereotype about women from Akwa Ibom State that they are the best cook in Nigeria. This may sound a bit biased, but practically the stereotype is more like a fact. Afang soup is one dish that you will find commonly in many homes in Cross River and Akwa Ibom states of Nigeria. It is usually prepared with a combination of vegetables, afang leaves and water leaves. Let's have a look. It is also known to be the richest and somewhat medicinal vegetable soup of the Effiks and Ibibios in Nigeria. Well, this is all I have for you today on this edition of Ask Live and Style. I must confess, this discuss various recipes make me appreciate being a Nigerian and Nigerian foods even more. It's been fun hanging out with you, and I will definitely see you again. Bye for now.
Welcome to Press Talk, a platform where we analyze some topical issues that made headlines and are still trending in the media. On this platform, we engage seasoned journalists to give informed and in-depth analysis to the issues as they affect governance and corporate existence of the entity, Nigeria. I am Charles Ibe, and with me on this platform, I have Chukwuma Nze. He is the coordinator, Young Journalist Forum. You're welcome to Press Talk.
Thank you for having me.
And also we have our in-house analyst, Emmanuel Iduku.
Thank you for having me.
The first issue that we have to discuss on this platform, the Rivers election. Finally, victory for the People's Democratic Party, PDP, when the INEC, the returning officer, finally read out the lines that everybody has been waiting for, declaring him returned elected. Victory after a whole long while. Mr. Chukwuma, what do you think?
For me, it's a process which was unprecedentedly cut short by the suspension, and we are all happy because we are still learning the democratic rules, that we don't use these suspensions to cause a clog in the wheel of that progress. So for us, it's a thing of joy that we can now say, as far as the gubernatorial and presidential elections are concerned, we have closed the process for now, pending, because the judiciary is on that. That's where it ends, exactly, when it gets to the Supreme Court. So, as a Nigerian who prays that the democratic process grows from the previous ones, so I am happy that we have sealed that deal.
Of course, there are lessons that must have been drawn all through the whole Rivers debacle. It's not just Rivers. We had Kano, we had Plateau, we had a lot of states where we had to do supplementary elections and then arrive at results as it were. Now, still on this Rivers issue, we had a situation. Rivers was a flashpoint, had always been a flashpoint in Nigerian political talk. And then having to have two gladiators at the center of all of this, and then having lives lost, time wasted, resources of government and every other thing put into to arrive at where we are right now. What really do you think is wrong with Nigerian politics?
Well, before I answer that question, I would like to congratulate the people of Rivers State, the governor-elect, Nyesom Wike. It has been a long-running battle. The party, the Rivers election has taught us so many lessons so far. Taught us to understand that there's a lot of work that needs to be done in the part of INEC. But the one thing that made me happy yesterday was the fact that now there was no violence as we envisaged, and it shows that the Nigerian authorities are listening to the people after all. Now we have no instances of military intervention, as it were, during the normal election and all that. But going forward, I think something must be done deliberately by the Rivers people. In fact, I would have loved to see a situation whereby the elders of that state call these two people to order, because election is not war, right? These people have been friends before. We've heard, we know they have a history together before now, and Wiki has been chief of staff to Amici before and all that. Now, for them to throw Rivers State into that state of what it was during this election, I don't think it's a good one. I think there must be deliberate effort by the people, especially the